Boom.
What's up, man? We back like we stole something.
Yo, yo, yo. Fans,
Yeah,
facts,
man.
and feelings. Second edition. Let's do it.
Second edition. Man, what a great weekend for college basketball. I thoroughly enjoyed it, man. I
Hey, man.
thoroughly enjoyed it.
I think the NCAA and March Madness backed up what we quoted, like from top to bottom. I mean, literally the competition. Refs
Fairly.
let everybody play too. That's
Let
all.
them do a little bit more than that, but
Oh God.
barely.
I mean, every team, win, lose, or draw, can say the refereeing, even though they let them play, was questionable on all levels. So I will say that on all levels.
Yeah, we can't get too much into that though.
Yeah, for
Let's
sure.
hey, let's get straight into it, man. The SEC. We brought it up. We talked about it before. Um, the number of teams
13.
did did they prove the committee right or wrong?
Well, be right has to say that they definitely was be right. They was right. I mean, bro, like again, I don't like to be biased when on these facts. Like the SEC was brutal. The SEC was a gauntlet. Everybody knew it. To have 7 of 13 teams make it in the Sweet 16, that's almost half the whole Sweet 16. I mean,
Yeah,
everybody from each conference has represented wellly. Big 12, Big 10, they had 8 and 7. They have their margin in there, so they're speaking well. But SEC, it's just too dominant, man. Too
yeah,
dominant.
man. I mean, you got about half, pretty much every game except for the Houston game and the Duke game in the Sweet 16 has at least one SEC team.
Hey, that's facts.
That's
That's
fact.
that backs up what's taking place. So again, that's fan bases here and there have talked about this conference, that conference, who's that. The fact is the SEC showed with the wins. I mean, and that's the even elaborating on Ole Miss just dogging Iowa State, who was in the top 10 all year. I mean, that just shows you the level of how a mid-range average SEC team just annihilated a Big 12 like
They
component.
just didn't even show up, man. They
They
they did
did.
not show up, man.
They did. They did.
I don't know if it mattered who they would have played. It they did not show up.
They didn't. They didn't. But again, that aggressiveness they weren't ready for. The physicality they wasn't ready for. That's what made them initially not show up. But yeah, man. I mean, we you see it all across the board. I think we elaborated on just the numbers here and there, and we even talked about the Big Ten. And I think you uh, was on the Michigan upset,
Yeah, man. I
and
thought Michigan was gonna be
you
out of
were
there.
that close, bro. You was
Yeah,
almost right.
yeah. We'll get more. Yeah, we'll get more into that later.
For sure,
But
for sure, for
but
sure.
yes, the SEC they showed it. They came. They showed up. They pulled up, and they still riding on choppers.
H
If you
Town
know what I'm talking
style,
about.
like straight up.
So but yeah, man, and one of those teams that actually that fared well, even though it's still kind of chalk right now,
Yeah.
was your Cats, brother. Um, let's talk about it, man.
Hey man, it's one of them things where you see the background, you see the BBN to the end, man. And I stated on here last week that I did not have high expectations per our point guard playing banged up and not having a lot of depth. But I also said that we weren't going to beat ourselves, and we didn't.
Did
We didn't. And at the end of the day, Butler, who's been on the big stage, who I didn't know how he was going to play because he didn't play in the SEC. He was banged up. He's been banged up all year. He had a decent game to just run the team against the Troy team, but he played big game against Illinois. He stepped up. I mean, he was shooting the three ball. He hit 2 threes. He was making it easy for everybody else. And then Brea was able to just kind of piggyback off of that. And everybody kind of went off our best shooter. Oweh got 2 fouls early, and we was up without him being in the game. So I was confident that he was going to come in and give us a punch. So as long as Oweh, Brea, and Butler are playing at the best of their game, I honestly feel at this point that we could beat anybody. If those three are playing the best of their ability, we can beat anybody. But
Ooh.
again, Chandler coming off the bench hitting threes. I don't think me, you, and the rest of the world knew that Colin Chandler was a flamethrower.
Wasn't on my bingo card.
I mean, coming off the missionary 2 years, getting his legs underneath him. I mean, the kid can play. He was Utah's player of the year 2 years ago. He went on the mission, and there, in that program with the Mormons and stuff. That's why he went BYU. So that lets you know he has some substance because he can step away from basketball and be a real person. And that's what Mark Pope is, a real person. So that culture, we lost Jackson Robinson, but we got Colin Chandler, and that's a piece of him that is illustrated out there with Mark Pope, and it ain't nothing but a new thing I like to call nuts and guts. He ain't got nothing but nuts and guts out there, bro.
Mm-hmm,
You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm.
I love it, man. A mature kid. I mean, everybody else is just they don't want to lose. Everybody else is seniors. They transfer portal guys, and they represent Kentucky and Mark Pope. So I'm ecstatic about them. We playing Tennessee.
Tennessee,
We
talk
beat them
about it, yeah,
twice.
man. How you feel about this matchup, man?
I mean, we played them twice. And all I can remember is that guy behind me in that left corner. We played Auburn. You see that guy, that guy behind me in that left corner. We'll talk about him later. It's hard to beat a team 3 times. And I remember beating Auburn a few years ago twice and not beating them in the NCAA. This is a different team. This is a different coach. Tennessee's tough. And I'm putting it on wax on the facts here is that if you stop Shaz Lanier, you stop the forward, for Tennessee. I want to say Isovich. He's number 7, and then the head that makes them go is Ziegler. You got 3 people that you just need to contain to not just do what they need to do. Tennessee is very basic when it comes to their options on offense. They play great defense and they want to grind it out. Well, I think my stats guy here, tell me what we shot in 2 games, man. Tell me
Fifty
how that look.
percent,
Huh?
50%, man. 50%
50% in 2
from field
games.
goal, 50% from three. On February 11th and on what is that, January 28th?
Yeah, home and away. So, again, that
50%
these are
versus
facts.
Tennessee.
These are facts. But my feelings and trying to conform this thing together. It's March. I feel like, Mark Pope's offense compared to what he tries to do on defense don't work because we spread you out and we can shoot. So all that don't really matter. So if they can hit some shots like we talked about, then they have a chance and they can beat us. But if they're
But
not hitting shots,
if y'all not, I could say the same thing. I could say that if the cat's not hitting shots, you have to shoot 50% both times to beat them. So are you going to shoot 50% again? Because if not, it's going to be tough.
it's
And
gonna
I'm
be
gonna tell you, if I'm a Cats fan, I would say you could beat them twice during the season, but when it matters most, what are you gonna do?
what you gonna do.
What you
And
gonna do when it matters most?
and, and,
So
and
that
with
don't
that
mean nothing.
and with that said, I think we play as a team. We got grit and grind. I'll see you Sunday. I'll see the Cougs Sunday, and that's it.
Okay.
And that's it. And with that said, let's switch gears over to the Cougs.
Let's talk about the Cougs, man. Like
Let's switch it.
I mean, there was no surprises. We knew that we would cruise past Edwardsville. Like I said, we were gonna cruise past Edwardsville.
The other
Well,
Cougs.
but Gonzaga, don't say Gonzaga because Kelvin Sampson don't like that. Kelvin Sampson don't like that. Put some respect on their name.
Straight up.
Gonzaga, the Zags. They were a good team.
Yeah.
They were a good team. With coached by a great coach.
I think B Wright stated that last
Played
segment.
hard. You did. You did. You did. You were right. You were right. It was closer than I would have liked it to have been. It
Right.
was.
Right.
It was. But you know what? When it came down to it,
Mm-hmm.
the floor general did what he had to do.
Straight up.
He handled business. And everybody else knew that it was going to come down to Crier. And what happened?
So with that
What
said, big
happened?
dog, I said, no, excuse me. You said we play D, we shoot 3. Uh,
We
That
shot
that
fifty
was your
percent from
mantra.
three.
We play D and shoot the three. And I mean, what numbers guy? This is my numbers guy.
50% from three.
Okay, okay. So again, I'm gonna ask you the same question. I'm gonna give you that same energy you gave me, big dog. Are y'all gonna shoot 50% from three from Purdue? Y'all gonna shoot 50%? Is that what's gonna get y'all to keep winning? Or y'all gonna keep it up?
I feel good about it, man.
Okay, okay.
I feel good about it, and I think Cryer going to do his thing.
Straight
Big
up.
players make big plays in big games. And
Right.
he's done nothing but that. He hasn't done anything to make me feel otherwise.
Straight up.
But then you got depth. You got a good supporting cast. We saw against Edwardsville that other players can, when they got the chance to come up, get in there and step up, they did. And so got good rest. I mean, we 32-4 for a reason, man.
Right.
We,
Right.
we got a solid team. It's not just a stepping up behind one player.
Yeah.
So I feel good about it, man. I do. I really do.
Yeah.
Uh,
Hey. Hey,
Purdue is a
look.
good team, though. Purdue is a good team. But I think ultimately, what I told you when we went back to it, the defense. Defense is going to make the difference, and then we're going to shoot the ball
Sure.
and see what they try to do to stop Cryer and adjust from there. We got a great coach, man. I'm still not worried, honestly. I
Okay.
could eat this, but I'm not worried right now. I'm
Ain't
not.
worried about nothing. Ain't worried about nothing.
I don't know, man. I
You gonna
can't
be
say I ain't worried about nothing, but I
you
can
gonna
say
be
I'm not worried. This game coming up, I think we go out there and we do what we've been doing all season. Be all right.
I'm gonna beg the difference. Say you gonna be playing French Montana, and you ain't gonna be worried about nothing. Cause I done seen Purdue. I seen what they do. I know what they like to do. Look, you can't be Big Ten grimy, mix it up against Calvin Sampson, Houston athlete, mix it up,
Kind
grimy.
of, yeah, you kind of playing into our strengths. Like,
Hey, you putting swangers on, you know, swerving while you in the Midwest. That ain't gonna help you. Like them Blaze, them choppers and Blaze gonna get you. They gonna get them up there. Now they will have a home field on y'all though, because that Boilermaker town, Indiana, Indianapolis, they right there at home.
yeah, oh yeah,
And speaking of that, the Cats will be at home, Indiana against that Tennessee. So that's gonna be, yeah. And look, I don't
okay,
know if it's gonna be in a dome or if it's gonna be in like a where the Pacers play. That's interesting to know because a lot of these teams that can't shoot, like I mean, teams
yeah,
that can't shoot, shooting in a dome, bro, is way
it's
different.
different. It's at Lucas. It's at
So
Lucas.
So let's just see what Lucas does to these 50% shooting teams that we love to cheer for. That's going to change the game, and it's going to make it more of a grimier free throw percentage.
Yeah, man, I'm looking at it. Yeah, have the curtain. Nah. So what they doing is it's not gonna be like a curtain. It looks like they're gonna have seats. They're gonna do it like not long ways. They're gonna do it
Sure.
straight across.
And make it more compact.
Yes, and then have seats on the field, like basically from
Okay.
the 50-yard line in.
Okay.
Yeah,
That makes
so
sense. That makes sense.
that makes it better, like better than that old school curtain. Remember that?
Yeah. Oh, I done been many a games with those, and that's awful. The atmosphere is crazy, but at the
Yeah,
same time, you would like to see it more compact. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
job of it. Yeah, it's loud in those domes too, though, man.
For sure.
Yeah, man. So let's get back on it. 5-12 predictions. We
So
had those. We had
so
those.
look, yeah. So we gonna meet up in Indianapolis. We might need to do a segment live and get that going. Matter of fact, as we own it, if we get that going, y'all, fan facts and feelings, we probably do something live. It'll be nasty. It'll be nasty work.
mm,
Trust me. You don't want to see Satch and B Right get together live and do this thing and make
man,
it crazy.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I ain't gonna do too much talking.
Ain't nothing to talk
Let the
about.
game speak for itself, man.
Yeah, ain't nothing to talk about. H Town to Lex Town, and we gonna do it, bro. Ain't
Game
nothing to
speak
talk
for
about. But, hey,
itself,
but
man.
we gotta both get there though. We talking too much. We talking about some that ain't. We gotta both get there. Let's get there, and
Dude, man.
we'll worry about
In the
tomorrow.
end, yeah, I don't want to. Yeah,
Yeah, we'll worry about tomorrow.
I
But
don't want
look,
to have to hop on here next time explaining why we didn't.
we gonna have to explain something. So it is what it is. But
But yeah, man.
We
Five
elaborate on
twelve.
those five
5-12.
twelves. We elaborate on those 5-12s. Let's knock that out, man. You was close with that Michigan San Diego.
Man, I would. Hey, man. I thought we was gonna. I thought I was gonna get it, man.
I mean, and they came back multiple times, took the lead, went in and out. I watched that game. Hey, Michigan is impressive though. With that said,
Yes, but I would tell you, man. UC San Diego gave them a better game than the Aggies did. Than the Aggies did.
SEC team. You're right. You're right. I'm
So I
not gonna deny
mean,
that. Yeah, yeah,
5-12, I didn't get it. I was close, but that don't matter. I didn't get
right.
it. I didn't call my 5-12. But someone who did was you, man. You actually inspired me on my own bracket. I picked McNeese. Yeah, I did to win the first round, so I got that.
Shout out to DJ
You,
Richards, H Town Bound. Yeah,
yes, sir. Yes,
I
sir.
seen that. I seen that, and I also regret that I didn't do the Colorado. I was at the Colorado State.
Colorado State.
I felt like I it was so many that I just kind of disregarded. But I went safe on the McNeese, and it is what it is. It's we gonna get it right, we gonna get it wrong, but we gonna keep it real on here, man. That's what, like I
Yeah,
said,
man.
accountability.
So, what was surprising to you, man? What surprised you?
Okay, I, listen again. That guy behind me,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Cal, all the love and respect for him, but when it comes to that matchup with St. John's, who I said was my dark horse, he made the dark. Excuse me. First of all, they shot awful from 3-point land. But if you think about it, Cal recruits dribble drive guys. That's his system. And Rick Pitino, who is the Don, who I feel like might X's and O's and get the best out of his players, is a more um, you know, qualified coach in that manner. So I just knew he was gonna hit that 2-3 with a little 2-3 matchup. Because he ran that at Louisville so effective
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
with the Rosiers and the that's in the league now. He used those athletes to run 2-3. And
Mm-hmm.
Bill Self did it the night before, and he didn't run the 2-3 not one time, Satch. Not one time. That's my biggest surprise. My biggest like coach. Like I would never disrespect a coach on here, organization on here to the point. But I got to call the facts out and say, Rick Pitino, I don't know what you didn't or did see to not run a zone at least 4 to 15 plays just because they were beating them to the paint so bad, Sash. It was just, I mean, that's the only way they were scoring. And on top of that, their guard Kadari Richmond,
Richmond.
Kadari, he was in foul trouble. How do you save a guard, Satch, in a game where he needs to stay out there? You go zone.
Mm-hmm. You
He
have
did
to.
do it. He
Yeah.
did. He didn't have to. So that was my biggest surprise. Him not doing that and Cal going to the Sweet 16 the way he's went there. And now they're playing with house money,
Yep.
nothing to lose. They're the 10th seed against Texas Tech. They can go Elite Eight, and then we'll have to, yeah. So that's
I
my
mean, I
biggest.
mentioned last time, Texas Tech is a dangerous team. They're good, but I mean, you got to feel like Arkansas has a legitimate chance
Nah,
to continue this path, man.
come on, man. Come on.
So it'll be interesting. I'm definitely gonna tune in Thursday, check that out because that's gonna be must see TV. It's the late game Thursday, so yeah, it's no other things. What else would you be watching?
Right.
You gotta check
Exactly.
it out. You gotta check it out.
Have you seen JT Toppin? Have you seen JT Toppin?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I was about to say, I'm going to go and call him out. He's NBA bound. He's physical. He can roll with some of those Arkansas guys or better. He's more athletic and stronger than some of those guys. So it's gonna be interesting to see what he does. He has some other help down there. That guard is like a little lightning bulb in a bottle. Edwards, the transfer,
Hmm.
he's solid. And Cal's teams don't typically do well against little scrappy guards. He won't go zone. They won't do anything to alleviate him. I don't know if Thero is going to be healthy or not. If he can play and give them a lift, he's their leading scorer. He's their best player. He's a dog. If he can get going and get playing, that's another plus for Arkansas. But yeah, I honestly, like I said, I'm not going to go against Cal with nothing to lose. I'm going with Arkansas against Texas Tech, big dog.
Yeah. Okay.
What was your biggest surprise?
My biggest surprise was how Iowa State laid it down.
Wow. Nobody moved. Nobody get hurt.
Man, I mean, I don't understand it, but
Yeah.
it was when it mattered most. They were quiet, man, and that was the biggest surprise to me. To the point where I can't even watch this no more. I couldn't. I had to stop. I turned it
I
off.
flipped that joint. I flipped that joint. I,
Yeah.
I flipped that joint. Hey, but look, like I told you, non-biasness, that the middle of the SEC, the fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth team can go beat that, what, second or third team? The Big 12, second or third? Like that. They
They were
just
a
beat
three
them up.
seed, and I think they were the 13.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
again, I mean, look, so they beat up North Carolina. They beat up them, and who do they have now? Ole Miss is playing with house money
Yep.
against
They're playing
Michigan
Friday
State.
against Michigan State. Who remember I picked Michigan State to make a long run. I feel like that's still in play, but
Yeah,
I mean, because yeah, I mean that Atlanta that Atlanta region, man. That region in Atlanta, that's gonna be good, man. We got
it's really good. It's
Auburn,
really
Michigan State, and Ole Miss. Like,
all right. Who you look? You got both Michigan teams. You got two SEC teams and two Big Ten teams. Is that nasty work or what? Dirty.
right, it's gonna be nice.
It's
But
dirty.
I still stand by it. I still got Michigan State coming out of there.
I got one Michigan. I got
They
one.
had a
Look, I
hard,
got one Michigan
they had a
team.
rough time. They had a rough time.
Look, I got one. I'm gonna predict this. I'm gonna go safe. I'm gonna go one Michigan team and one SEC team. Because I mean, you got two Michigan or one Big Ten team and one SEC team. I'm not going. I mean, listen, I wouldn't be surprised though if it's both SEC teams without a doubt. Like seriously, and no bias. That's just how they
Right. But I
play.
wouldn't be surprised if we seen both Michigan teams too. I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, that's gonna be something we gonna talk about next time.
Yeah. Um. So yeah, and then on the other end of that, the other Friday matchup, we obviously, I mean, we talked about that. The other Thursday matchup is we got the BYU Alabama,
Woo! Who you
and
got? Who you
I got
got?
Alabama. I got
Okay.
Alabama. BYU looked good. They did what they needed to do. They came in there. They made it to the Sweet 16.
I told you they hit 21
Second
threes the
seed.
last time they played, and you wrote that off.
I
So
dismissed them because they don't. They always choke. I dismissed them. I did. I did. Um, I I think now they're just gonna wait this week to choke. So Alabama's gonna put it on them. I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna be bad. So and then
safety.
Duke, Arizona. I think we got a Alabama Duke matchup waiting for us.
Okay. With that said, I talked about something, and look, Dookies, I like you. I like your resume. I like what you've done. But when B Wright looks at you and focuses on how tournament teams in the past have went down, it's because they haven't really played a lot of tough games either before the tournament or in the tournament. And y'all are that team. Now, with
They just
hindsight,
that much better than everybody, man. They that much better than everybody they play. It's not that they didn't play quality opponents. They just better.
okay, that's a statement that we will see. But I think Baylor was too short to mess with them. They didn't have nobody. So that game, they were better than them.
Right.
Look, I'm just saying that the ACC was not that good of a conference, and they didn't get tested a lot outside of the regular season conference. The regular season was tough. They played Auburn, Kentucky. They
Right.
played
Right.
Arizona, who they will play again. They played Arizona. So what I'm saying is, we talked about Proctor. Proctor makes them a different team when he's on fire, like he is. He's on fire. So if he can stay that way,
You play well at the right time. Yep.
he's playing well at the right time. But if he sizzles down, if you put a little You spray bottle that little flame. That I don't know if Duke is that good. Listen, I like the way Shire's coaching. He's getting his big man in and out. He's he's plugging in and out. But other than, I mean, again, they look like the team that can elevate in that conference. But when you play Alabama, we'll see you then. So they might get past
Is
Arizona.
Arizona a test? Is Arizona
Yes,
a test?
it will be a test.
It's a good team.
Caleb Love will go out swinging. That coach is a gritty coach. That program's a gritty program. They gonna give Duke what they can handle. And a lot of those little athletes on the wings, I can't think of their names right now, but they're gonna be able to play some good defense against Duke. So that's gonna be a tough game. And Duke, that might be my upset alert, by the way. Arizona Duke. I'm throwing
Hey,
that out there.
you need to bet on it because Duke is giving 9.5 points.
I wouldn't bet on it if I was a gambler, but I'm just saying off the
Nine and a
drip.
half points. That's pretty much. I think that is the biggest. Yep, out of all of them, is the biggest point spread. So they are the biggest favorite.
Okay. I listen.
They
Again,
are.
I believe that, but I'm telling you, Arizona, I watched them play, and if their big man can play well, then they have a chance.
A chance. Okay. Not calling the upset. Just saying they have a chance.
They have a chance.
Okay. All right. No upsets then. Straight to Alabama Duke. You calling the upset, but that's when the upset is.
I already told you I got Alabama going to the Final
You
Four.
predict Alabama. Yep. We're gonna see.
Yeah. Again, hey, I think we can't forget Maryland, Florida. Let's get to that side because we already said Houston, Kentucky. So we already talked about that, and that's Alabama and Houston, Kentucky winner plan. We cover that side.
We did.
Let's
We
talk.
did. This last game is the Maryland, Florida. I have Florida. I have Florida going. I mean, they kind of disappointed me, but they did enough to win.
And I told you that game was going to be close too. I told you.
You did,
And you said the championship pedigree was going to come in, and it did.
Yep.
Come on now.
It
So
did.
we got that right. We was on facts.
And hey, you called Maryland. You said a good scrappy team. Here they are.
Here they are. But guess what? I just want to put this out for the record. That kid said, I'm from Baltimore, and this is what I do. Well, young man, your ass traveled to Baltimore when you listen. It's an NBA travel, respectively. But bro, hey, but you're never supposed to call that.
You're never supposed to call it, and you know that. And I mean,
know
kudos
that.
to the kid, man. He did a great job. He put the ball in his hand, team on my back.
Kudos to Ralph Willard for giving it to the big kid too.
And that was a guard play. That was a guard type play. That wasn't no 6'10" type play.
Hey, honestly, my biasness, that was a LeBron-esque play. Like, look, hey, it gave me LeBron toe when he went to the side and kissing off the glass kind of like vibes. It wasn't the same move, but just going to it and attacking and just making it. And I just liked his reaction afterwards. He was just like, I'm a dog. And then he said, well, they said, why'd you do this? Because I'm from Baltimore.
No. What gives you so much confidence to be able to do that? He said, I'm from Baltimore. Being from Baltimore. Guess what? So yeah, man, I respected that. My prediction is that's the end of the road for them.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
I think it'll be a good game.
I think it's going to be a really good game. If Maryland did win, I wouldn't be surprised, but I think Florida's going to initially get them, and you're going to have the SEC against the SEC. You're going to have Florida and Arkansas playing. And
so you got Arkansas beating Tech.
They beat Tech.
I got Tech winning, man.
All right, hey.
I mean, I'm staying true to my bracket. Everybody who I picked on my bracket, my whole Elite Eight is still in play.
All right.
So I had Tech, I had Duke, I had Florida, I had Bama. Those are all in my Elite Eight. And then obviously I had Houston. I had Michigan State.
So the Tennessee. Well, hey, listen, all of that yet to remain. I mean, it's like you said, man, earlier. It's been one of the best NCAA like, just tournaments that we've seen in such a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Refs have let kids play,
Yeah, man.
you know, and again on the thing, to see anybody emerge out of here to be different against some prospect. That Colorado kid, state kid, he he's gonna get some NBA looks. He looked nice against Maryland. He was pulling up in control. When he got double team at the end, he threw it out there to let the kid hit that three. I can't
Mm-hmm.
think of his name right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
For Colorado State, but he emerged as a sleeper for me. I'm gonna do a scouting report on him.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, college basketball, this draft, Kobe Brea might have played himself into the late first round or early second round the way he was able to take over. That Illinois team is not a great defensive team, but he showed himself to be a little playmaker on a
Mm-hmm.
team that can have a bunch of stars around him. He can do something. You know what I'm saying? Kobe Brea, if he's the main attraction, I don't think he succeeds in the NBA if he gets on a weak team. But if he gets on a team that has a lot of stars, Kobe Brea can sit on the corner or he can move around and like be a nice little threat, man. That kid can stroke the ball. So it's a lot of little prospects that's coming up from this March Madness, bro. But again, it's anybody's to grab. I said that. I said I wasn't trying to bail myself out when I said anybody can win it. Me and you feel the same. No one has kind of like elevated themselves more than the other within the two games. What do you think, bro?
Yeah, I mean, I felt like the teams that I thought would win in dominating fashion did not, and so I feel like the parity is still there. Like I feel like it's still is anybody can get it.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, as much as I feel good about the Cools, they could get got.
straight up.
You know what I mean? Everybody can get got. So
Yeah, straight up. Yeah,
we'll see what happens this weekend, man. It'll be good.
yeah. How nervous was you when that lead dwindled down with Gonzaga and
I wasn't nervous.
they stripped that ball from y'all, which was kind of like a foul.
It, it was. I was mad. I was mad. I wasn't nervous though because I know that Samson is not gonna go out like that. He's gonna get him going.
Get them going.
I
Yeah.
mean, but Cryer had to have a career performance, man, to make it happen too.
What did B Right say last time we was on the segment? What I say about Cryer and them Cougs? What I say?
You said it was gonna go as far as he went.
No,
Go
I
as far as
said
he
that
got.
if I had a scout report against him, that
Oh,
kid
you
would
would.
be
Yeah.
he would get the Luca treatment. When
Yeah.
teams play Luca, they've been doubling him, making him get rid of the ball. I don't know if you've been seeing that or not. I mean, certain play. I mean, dog. I mean, bro. Why not? That's how. That's how much he makes them go. It's not that he's even that good or great. That's just how much he makes them go. And
Right.
I've watched that. And look, he's not big in size. So you do that with guards that are smaller. You can't really do it against a bigger guard and a bigger playmaker
That's
because
true.
they're bigger and they can. And he's not quote unquote a playmaker. He's smart and he'll make the correct pass, but he's not a playmaker. He won't make the NBA on being a playmaker. He won't never. So again, I like you guys, but if a coach wises up and has the talent and the depth to size up against you guys,
Hmm.
yeah, I'm gonna be sending you, what I'm saying, my condolences. But
Right. Well,
you
I
know,
got us playing Duke later on. That's why I got us having a
Duke.
chat.
Okay, in the Final Four. So my man Sats, Duke, Houston, Final Four. Let's just kill the Michigan SEC thing. What you doing up there? Like what? Let's end it. Just end it because we ain't getting nothing final up there. It's two SEC teams, two Michigan teams. Who you got out there?
I got Michigan State coming out of there,
Out of there, all right. And down at the bottom is
and I
Arkansas,
got
Texas,
Florida.
Florida. All right, boom. I'm behind you with Florida. I'm behind you with Auburn. I'm behind you with Alabama. Yeah, three SEC teams, and then I'm behind you with
No, I got Duke over Alabama.
Duke out of Alabama. Okay, so Yeah, so I got three SEC teams. I got Auburn coming up at the top. I got Florida coming down at the bottom. The Florida Maryland winner will win it, but I got Florida coming out of there. I got Alabama coming up at the top, and yeah,
Yeah, man. I got a Big 12 in U of H. I got the SEC Florida. I got the Big Ten Michigan State, and then I got Duke.
and we on two of the same, but yeah, and then down there in the corner,
You got
catch
you
them.
heavy SEC. Yeah,
I'm
that's where I'm
look,
not.
look,
But I'm
look,
not.
look. I'm gonna say this: if and when we beat Tennessee, we'll beat you guys. If Tennessee edges us, y'all beat Tennessee, and that's my prediction on that at the bottom. But I got Cats, Alabama. Alabama will beat us for the fourth time, and it'll be Alabama and Florida in the championship. And
Oh, oh, oh. Yeah, leave it at that. Leave it at that. Leave it at
leave
that.
it at that. Leave it at that. Leave it at that. Leave it at that.
You're not even
Yeah,
gonna get to say that.
yeah. That's for another segment, another show. But
Yeah, 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 yeah.
yeah,
I enjoyed it, man. I'm looking forward to checking it out this weekend and
yeah,
and being able to get back together with you and talking about it.
for sure, for sure.
Fans, facts, and feelings, baby.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Come with the
Yes, sir.
facts.
Yes, sir. It's been a pleasure, my guy. Second of a million, and we just gonna get back when we get back. Until then, enjoy yourself. Be blessed. Fans, facts, and feelings. One love.